Or you can find us on Twitter at IceDogsThisWeek, Facebook, facebook.com/IceDogsThisWeek, or our website, www.IceDogsThisWeek.com. Now, in studio, the veteran, the big off-season acquisition, Zach Shankar. Zach, like I say to everyone, just first things first, thanks a lot for coming in.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So, you were basically one of the big acquisitions in the off-season. Niagara had some holes on the blue line with the departure of Ryan Mantha and Aaron Hayden. They were both guys at 8 big minutes for Niagara on the blue line, but B, they were also kind of the muscle of Niagara on the blue line. So I think that's kind of what your role has been, is to come in, be kind of a leader, as well as have some physical presence. So how does it feel, just knowing that another team, wants you in that type of position?
Feels good, obviously. I've played against Niagara a lot throughout my career, and for them to notice me to be a defenseman that can play a lot of minutes and play against top lines is great, obviously. I need a place to play, and I'm glad I'm here in Niagara.
I think one of the things that got the Niagara management staff to notice you is you won the OHL coaches poll last year for best body checker. But like the style of game you play, especially with some of the open ice hits that you like to throw, you don't see that a lot in hockey today. Where does that come from as part of your game? Was there a player that you watched growing up that you emulate that from, or?
I've watched Scott Stevens' top 10 hits a couple of times on YouTube.
Fair enough.
Timely with Paul Correa just going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but no, it's just a thing that's came kind of naturally for me, the timing and just being able to catch guys open ice like that. It's not really something you can practice. It just comes to you. So
did you know, you do know, but last year's Ice Dogs team kind of got into the playoffs by the skin of their teeth because the North Bay Battalion kind of weren't able to get it done at the end of the season last year. So for you, A, how disappointing was that end to the season last year, but B, there's a strong rivalry with the Niagara Ice Dogs. So what's it like coming to a team that, for 4 years has been such a strong rival for how you've played the game?
Yeah, it's a lot different being here now, playing against the guys I hated playing against last year, and 2 and 3 years ago. But it's good to be here now, on the winning side of things. So,
you got to be honest now because it's live TV. Who did you hate playing against the most that's on the team now? Or is it maybe like a Mantha or a Hayden that's gone?
Yeah, I didn't really like playing against Brack or Hayden, but not really. I think me and Corneal went at it a bit. Now we live together, so we don't.
So you got past those past differences?
Yeah. You figured it out nice. Okay, obviously we know you're focused on this season with the Niagara Ice Dogs, but we can't overlook the fact that you're an overage defenseman. What are your plans beyond this year? Are you looking to try and play professionally, or is school in your future?
If the right professional contract comes to me, obviously it's my dream to play as high as I can professionally, but there's got to be a line where you got to say, okay, it's time to go to school, and there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with playing CIS hockey.
It's really good hockey.
Yeah, great hockey, obviously.
Very underappreciated, too.
Yeah, and lots of guys move on, so I would have no problem going CIS if I had to.
Is there a field of interest, like an academic field of interest that interests you?
Yeah, I'd go into the business program, business management, so I'd probably go towards that.
Right on. Getting back to the ice and hockey this year, you just heard the first block where me and Matt talked about how you guys have lost some games in the standings with that little bit of a losing streak. But what is your expectation for the team? What do you think this team can do in the long term throughout the course of the season? Because we're only 2 months into a 6-month season, right?
Yeah, it's early still. At the start of the year, we wanted to be Central Division champions, and I don't think there's any reason why we still can't be. Obviously, Barry's off to a hot start, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. Obviously, being in this league as long as I have, teams usually pick it up after Christmas, and those are the big points. Obviously, it's big to win games now, but you want to be good down the stretch too.
We kind of call that the second season after Christmas. So you've been in the league a few years. What is it? Like, what changes after Christmas that the second season begins, so to speak?
I mean, for some teams, they load up.
Yeah.
So that's tough playing against those teams, obviously. But then it's just kind of desperation, obviously, being on North Bay last year. Us and Niagara were tight the last 2 months of the season, I think. Obviously, we lost some timely games to Niagara, which ended up costing us. But yeah, I mean, it's just desperation. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to be an OHL champion. And to do that, you want to be higher in the standings so you can be home ice advantage for the playoffs.
Now, you've been here a couple months, 2.5 to be exact at this point. Is there something that you found in Niagara off the ice, away from the Meridian Center, with the few precious hours that you do get, that you found that you really like to do?
I like going to get sushi with the boys.
Wind for the win.
Yeah.
I love Wind sushi.
I haven't been to Wind yet, actually, just seasons.
You're missing out.
But yeah, I'll have to
Google
go
it.
Wind, I guess.
DJ approved.
Other than that, I've been to the casino a couple times. It's pretty fun, but there's not many guys that are 19. So
I was going to say, you're not going with many teammates there.
No.
We've heard there's like a Call of Duty thing. Is that your jam?
Yeah, that's my jam. I play Call of Duty. Me and Johnny play together on different PS4s in the same room. So
I can only imagine what that trash talk's like.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be the worst player on the team, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So is there like a guy that's a current champ right now?
Yeah, I'd say probably Josh Dame and Brady Johnson are pretty close together. I'm not sure who's better though.
I feel so like out
My
of
big
touch.
dog.
Like all these games, I would just get destroyed at. I
Oh.
can't even play video games anymore. I'm sold. Getting back to the ice a little bit. You guys have a lot of defensemen on this team right now. I think there's 8 on the roster getting rotated in and out. So, everyone's kind of taking their turn sitting down. You know that if you have a bad game, there's a good chance that you're not playing the next game. What kind of pressure does that put on you, having those extra defensemen on the team?
I mean, it's good pressure. It's obviously pressure, but it's good pressure because it pushes you to work harder and play your best every night to keep your spot in the lineup. And I mean, you want to earn it honestly and work your way to be in the lineup every night. Like I said, just always play your best and work your hardest.
Zach, thanks a lot for being with us. We got to go to break, set up next week's games, but thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I enjoyed it.
All right, time to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the games coming up this week.